Welcome to the game.
Okay, as it says, this is our second build. This is part 2. I just got this one in and took all the pieces out. This one I did not wipe down quite as much as the first one, but I did pull everything apart, cleaned it all up, and we pre-painted everything. This was the biggest part. This is what I thought after doing the last one. I should have pre-painted it all, so we did. Here for the turnbuckles, we painted the edges red and the center yellow because the stars will go right down the center and cover that up. Doesn't have to be neat and clean. I'll talk about that a little bit more. But we pre-painted it all. It's either white, it was blue, were the two primers that we used, get everything ready to go, and then all we had to do was do the hand painting. Okay, so now we're going to make this very simple. We want to paint that center section yellow because I want the center of the star to be yellow. So you don't have to be super neat with this. We just have to put the yellow enough to cover the area that the star would. And for the outside trim, we're going to use the dragon red. It'll look like this once we're done. Again, you can see I didn't cover the whole thing with yellow. Wasn't real neat with the red. You don't have to be, because when you put your star template over it, the cardboard piece, which we just painted white earlier, it's going to cover that up. So this is what we learned from the first one when we glued it all together and then tried to paint it. Well, dumb idea. Let's paint it all first and then put it together. So learning a lot there. This will make it a whole lot easier for you, and it'll look super sharp. So we did the same thing with the turnbuckles. These are going to use to build the actual turnbuckles. Again, painted it yellow, edges red, and for the star covers, painted those blue, hit those with the blue primer, and voila. They look super sharp, and it looks great. When we built the first one, these were a nightmare to try to paint because I wanted the blue, wanted the yellow internal, and actually only did 2 of the turnbuckles. Got so frustrated with it that if you look at the previous video, you can kind of see that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to just paint the demonic yellow in the center. That's it. You're just going to cover up the center portion. You don't have to get all the way to the edge. Just, cover it up, because that's the only part the star's going to see. When these are built, those rectangle holes are where those turnbuckle pieces fit in, and those are underneath that star cover. So that will make this very easy. It'll clean it up really nice, and I think you'll be much happier with it. I know I was much happier with this one. So here we're using the dragon red. Yeah, just running it right down the side. Don't matter if it smears in there a little bit. Who cares? The cardboard star will cover that up. All right, here's the large turnbuckles, painted a little more yellow in the center. The only thing that we did cleanly on these were those small stars. Everything else is going to be covered up, so it's kind of a mess. But you can see here, all we did was add a little super glue and then put the star down and the outer square, which look, now it looks crystal clean. But underneath that, giant mess. Okay, let's talk about doing the Rumbleslam logo. All I did here was do the outside edge in orange and then used red to fill in the rest of the explosion, the POW, and then outlined it all in black. Now, how did we do it? Sharpies! Save yourself some time and effort. I used an orange Sharpie, a red Sharpie, and a black fine tip Sharpie, and did the outlines and colored those in. And it worked really well. Here I did actually go back to the paintbrush using the demonic yellow to fill in those sidebars where the pre-painted blue, I say pre-painted because we painted it earlier, stars will cover it up, and that'll look pretty sharp once it's all complete. Same thing here, yellow Sharpie to fill in the stars. Let me show you a video here and I'll show you how I did it. It's really simple.
Alright, so you could just paint these in or just get a yellow Sharpie or whatever color you want. And it's actually a lot quicker unless you're really quick with the brush, but that's all you gotta do. I didn't have a fine point, all I had was the bigger one, otherwise fine point would make this a little bit easier, but I mean literally that's all you're doing. You're just filling in the star with whatever color you want. So I'll go ahead and keep just like so. Alright, I'll go ahead and keep going with these and we'll take you to the next step. Okay, now that we've got all the stars done, I want to go ahead and paint the edge. Now the first one I did, I painted it red. This one I thought I would paint it blue. So I'm using the electric blue. Now, put the painter's tape down right on the edge, making it easier to do the straight edge. I'm not great with doing straight edges, so, and I'm kind of at a bad angle, so I'm not gonna paint the whole thing here, but I'm just gonna show you what I'm doing. But literally, don't go towards the painter's tape, because in the previous one, when I was painting it back and forth, it did actually kind of bleed under a little bit. So if you're painting on it, just paint away from the tape. So start on the tape coming this way. But literally, that's all I did. I mean, it's just, and I'll paint this all the way around, and I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. All right, well, with construction virtually done and complete, the next step is to finish off the banners on the side. And that would be these that we pre-painted a long time ago, and we need to glue these on over the yellow that we've pre-painted so that it'll show through nice and neat like that. Now to do that, I use again Gorilla Super Glue, a little bit on each side. Make sure you get the top and the bottom, position it in place, hold it, bam, you're done. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and get these all glued on. For the upper pieces, again, it's going to be the same thing. Let me get those out of the way. Except for these, will go on these banners like this. So again, same thing. You want to get those centered just right, so it'll look like that, and those will go all the way around. So 16 of each. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, I've got them on three sides. I thought I'd show you how I was putting these on the last one, since some of these can be a little tricky. But hopefully you can see this okay. It is kind of upside down, but we'll make do. So what I'm doing is just getting a little super glue and just smear it around the edge where the cardboard piece will sit. And then it's literally just taking the piece, dropping it in, positioning it while you have a free second. Make sure I'm still on camera here. So I'll do this one here. Okay. And this one will probably be a little easier for you to see. Let's see if I can get it out of the shadow. The shadow of Mordor. Okay. Again, Doesn't take a lot. You're really just trying to get it wet with the super glue. Do the other side real quick. And so again, what I'm doing, okay. And the last one. Same thing here. Position it, you just want it so that the red's on the outside, yellow's down the middle. That's why we pre-painted all of this, to make this so much easier. The first one that I had done, I had put it together completely and then tried to paint these in, and it was... snafu is a nice word to say. I was so miserable with it. I did get it completed. It took me forever, but I did get it done, but not to this degree. So I think this one looks pretty good. Better. I think we're just about done with this. Let me put that down. Spin this around a little bit. And there's only one thing left that we really need to do, and I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. Other than coat it to protect the paint. All right, what wrestling ring would be complete without the ropes? Now, this is thick elasticore, which I found at Joann's or something, but it's stretchy and it's really cool. So I'm going to cut this and string it around, and I'm going to use red, white, and blue because it kind of goes with the motif. So this particular red, this blue, that white. These cost like, this was like $3. This one was like $4.50 or $5, so it wasn't that much. I already did the first ring with it, and now we're going to do this one, and we'll see how much cord we have left. So I'm going to cut it, and then I'll show you how I string it up. All right, I'm going to start with the white. I ran the white around the center. I will do probably red on the top, blue on the bottom. But just to show you how far I cut it so it would go around and slightly overlap. And when we tie this, we're actually going to tie it a little taut. So you will be stretching it out a little bit as you tie it. I'm going to tie this up. I'm going to get the other two down, and we'll go from there. All right, that took a little bit, but we got it tied, pull it tight, and then once we're done, we will cut the excess string off. We will rotate it around into the corner here so you can't really see it. So I'll do the other ones and I'll be right back. All right, we have strung it, and we still have enough red, white, and blue to probably do a third one, so not a bad investment on those. All right, guys. Let's take one final look at this complete build. All right, there it is. The Rumbleslam All-Star Arena complete. Okay, this was actually a lot of fun to do. It's very cool. I cannot wait to get the game going. This is going to be a blast. It just looks outstanding, and this is going to really make, I don't know, it's just going to make the game even more fun. This is a great kit. It's super cheap, actually, for everything that you get. I mean, this thing was, I think it's like retailed US like $23, so I mean, not bad at all for that. So a lot of fun, really cool. I really think it'll add to the aesthetic of the game. Anyway, thanks for watching. remember to like this video and let us know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe to the channel. It'll be great. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, here we go. The final completed product. And ready to go. Now, here's the stands that we did for the larger models. Now, these are cool because these just fit, you know, right over there, so that if you have a big guy that crawls up on the corner, they don't fall. Because these smaller ones, you know, there's just, probably don't want to leave your well-painted model up like that. So that's what these are for. Very smart idea, very cool, and they look really nice. And for this model, you get 4 of them. Okay, but here it is. The final one that we've just done. Now this one we painted everything before we assembled it, and I think it came out a whole lot better. Now, not to say that the first one that we did came out badly, but if you look really closely, you can see that, yeah, it's kind of clunky because we put it together and we painted it afterwards, so it was very difficult to get in there, and some of it I just finally just said forget it. I was too frustrated with it. It didn't come out like I wanted, not quite as clean, but it still looks pretty good. But either way, I would strongly suggest you paint it first, assemble it after it's been painted, and I think you'll have better results. But either way, there you go. Final product. I mean, these are really cool, and I think it really just adds to the aesthetic. It adds to the fun of the game to have something, you know, that just really stands out, really looks like a wrestling rink that, you know, I think that'll draw attention to if you're playing at your local game store, and possibly bring new players in. Okay, there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. You know, this is a labor of love, so we really hope you enjoyed this. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get more videos out, but you know, this isn't what we do. You know, we do have day jobs, so we try to get these out as fast as we can. Hopefully the video sound quality is better. Some of the videos we were having issues, but hopefully this has come out really well. Again, we recorded these on phones and iPads because that's what we have. Again, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you soon.